Okay, wow. It has been a couple of weeks since I've been in front of this camera. There has been a lot going on in our lives. Mike has been great at publishing video content that we already produced over the summer that had not been released yet on either one of our YouTube channels. I just wanted to make this video to check in and let you know kind of where we're at, what's going on, how we want to move forward with this channel, why we moved from another channel. So if you're coming over here from my other channel, it's RVs with Gabby, you're probably like, whoa, you and Mike stopped appearing on that channel. We did make the decision to move to a separate channel because my work is so thoroughly entwined with that YouTube channel that, God forbid, if I'm laid off or if someday I leave the company for whatever reason, I do have to take all of that content down because it has Blue Compass's name on it. So we decided to move all of our personal passion project stuff over to a new channel. That, combined with the fact that full-time RV living was not for us, and we cut our trip short just after 4 months, and we ended up moving across the country back home to New York. We had been living in Orlando for the past 5 years. We moved from Albany, New York, down to Orlando in 2020. We got engaged, we got married. As of the time that I'm shooting this video, it's actually our 5-year wedding anniversary on this day. It's October 16th, by the way. So all this stuff has been happening, so many changes, and we have talked about what we want to make this channel. We have a couple different things that we love, right? Mike and I both love to cook. I am absolutely obsessed with budgeting and content related to being frugal, saving money, that kind of thing. And then Mike and I have been talking about a new dream of ours. The RV didn't work out, so what's next for us? Well, we would like to buy land and basically have a homestead. So the idea is over the next several years, we want to take you on this journey from scratch, from ground A, where we have a bunch of debt, to the point where we buy land and start building on that land and create our own little farm homestead environment. We ideally want to buy like 10 to 15 acres. Most likely it's going to have to be in the Northeast now because Mike did recently get a job with New York State as a farm inspector, of all things. That's God working for sure, because we were having this discussion and praying over this next step in our life. And then he had previous employment with hospitals. Like his work was EMT stuff. He's an Army veteran. Like there was nothing in there that said farm agriculture experience. And then this job opportunity came along, and he actually officially starts that job next week. So I'm super, super proud of him and super excited for him. This particular video, I wanted to bring you up to speed, right? Obviously, we're not living in the RV anymore full time. It's actually up at our store in Albany, New York, getting some service work done because it just had some warranty items after we used it for 4 straight months that needed to be addressed and fixed. We are now in an apartment that we're renting from my father-in-law, so Mike's dad. We're living right above him. We are saving a ton of money on our monthly expenses because back in Orlando, we paid a little over $3,000 per month when you include the mortgage and all of the average bills. $3,100 a month was going out. And that's how the conversation about moving began, was like, hey, is there a way we can move and relocate and save money so that we can start to save for buying property? Or buying property. We own that house, we have a mortgage on it, but buying land, right? Raw land. So we had this conversation and we realized that my father-in-law had this apartment available, right? He could do a great price on it. So we are paying just $1,500 a month in the Hudson Valley area. That's like unheard of for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. There is a yard for the dogs. They are super happy living in the colder climate. They're definitely cold weather dogs. They're shepherds, so their second coats are coming in, and we're excited for them. And I know they're just as excited. Yeah, it's been a huge adjustment. So all of that being said, we did have to make the move. We had to pay for a storage container. We had to pay for, new furniture here in New York. We were blessed with a situation that God brought us where we could rent our house in Orlando out for the next year because we had tried to put it on the market. As you probably know, the housing market is really slow right now, so we decided to hold on to the property, to rent it out for a year. What they are paying covers all the bills and the mortgage, so we are very happy with that right now. And freeing up that huge payment allows us to use our money in a different way. Over the summer when we were full-time, Mike was a full-time editor for the channel, and we were bringing in maybe $1,500 a month. And then I was making my salary with my company full-time. Managing all those payments on the Airbnb because it wasn't making enough, and trying to figure out, paying off all of our debts, it just was a lot. And camping can be really expensive. So hopefully all of that made sense. I just wanted to give a general roundabout update, what's going on, why suddenly it feels like the content moved from one channel to another. If you're brand new here on this channel and you have no idea, welcome. If you like budgeting, if you like cooking, if you like homesteading, this is probably the channel for you. So all of that being said, I did touch upon the fact that I really like talking about finances and budgeting. At Ramsey, they would say that every partnership has a spender and a saver. I'm both of them. But when it comes to the nerd and the free spirit, I'm definitely the nerd in our relationship. So I wanted to bring you along on our journey as we start paying down our debts to then be able to save up for this land. This way, in a couple of years, this channel will grow and you can see the progression of, hey, this is how we started and then this is where we are now. And I have faith that God is going to bring us the right property at the right time and the right situation. But for now, this is where we're sitting with our finances, and it's not super great. Okay, so I'm sure this video is going to come out at the end of October. And the thing is, these are numbers from September. So I'll probably do another video on November 1st, giving you an update where our finances are as of November 1st. But right now, as of the end of September, we are looking at a total debt, not including the mortgage on the house in Florida, $79,804.49. Yikes. This is spread out, and I'll put it up here as I'm talking. This is spread out over 3 credit cards, actually 4 credit cards. One of them is a pretty big one from Amazon. That was our moving expenses for the shipping container. And then we have 2 personal loans. The Lightstream loan is actually the remainder of the payment that I owe on my smart car, which I did sell in Florida, but I used the cash to buy I actually bought my father-in-law's Prius. He had a second vehicle up here. So basically that is still the payment on the car that I'm now making. Even though technically I'm going to own this Prius outright, that's the remainder of the payment on the car. The city loan is really high, $14,732. I literally looked at this and I was like, what is this from? And I think it was just a culmination of, we paid a couple thousand to have the house remodeled or updated when we put it on the market. We had to pay for other expenses over time moving. Like it's almost like one of those loans I'm like, where did that even go? Like, what is that made of? Now, I might have consolidated some credit cards or something with it. That could be what that's from, that I don't recognize it. Like we had a credit card from Ally and stuff like that, that's closed, so that could be what that is. The Ram 1500, which is the truck that we used to pull the trailer, a little over $19,000 on that. And then we have our Jayco, which is our travel trailer, which has the full extended warranty package on it, so that's why that number is so high. Here's the thing. Mike is trying to convince me now to sell the travel trailer. There's a couple reasons that I don't want to do that, right? The reason I want to do it is because we're not going to be using it for at least the next 6 months, and it's kind of sitting there. We're going to have to find storage and pay for storage. We're paying for insurance, right? We're making the payment, and they decrease in value. If you're holding onto them and not using them, you're going to be losing money in the long run. However, the initial idea was to keep the travel trailer so that when we buy the land, we can park the trailer on the land while we build, right? We were going to build like a big garage cover over it, right? So that it could stay there, an outside kitchen. So basically there would be an RV spot on our property, and then slowly build a home on that property as we got the funds for it. This was supposed to be like a dream that we could like cash flow slowly over the years. So that all being said, we're going to need a trailer is what I was telling him. We would lose like $6,000 on the trailer if we consigned it and just had the company, my company that I work for, sell it. Plus, we bought a 2-year membership with 1,000 trails. That's costing about $5,000 over the course of 2 years. We only used it once. So technically we're losing like $10,000. When we calculated the insurance payment plus the monthly trailer payment, like if we kept it plus storage, it adds up to like the same amount we would lose if we sold it. So my thought is keep it, use it in the summer times. There's 1,000 trails up here in the Northeast. We don't even have to go that far because Mike now has a full-time job. He's concerned he can't take the trailer out for long periods of time. The initial idea was we were going to go back out next summer and do the rest of the West Coast. I don't think that's going to happen with the trailer. If we want to keep traveling, we absolutely will, and we'll keep bringing you on our adventures, but they'll probably be, hey, renting an Airbnb, renting a cabin, tent camping, and flying out there instead of driving, because they are really long drives. So all in all, I know this video is getting super long, but I, again, wanted to bring you up to speed with everything that's been going on. Our current debt as of September 26th, 2025 is $79,804.49. And the goal is to try to pay this down as aggressively as possible and then start stacking up cash so that we can find property to purchase and build a homestead. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like our content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and leave a comment and hit that like button because it really helps the algorithm. At the time of me recording this video, our channel has a little over 200 subscribers, but my initial channel, RVs with Gabby, has over 19,000. So I know there's definitely people that haven't realized we've moved over to this platform. The thing is, the RVs with Gabby channel is monetized, and this one is not yet. I have faith that God will move and it will be quick and we'll start monetizing shortly, but to get to monetization, we need 500 subscribers. And I think it was like 4,000 hours of watch time. And right now we have like 500 hours of watch time and like 200 subscribers. So again, I have faith it'll happen, but please help us out. Hit that subscribe button if this content sounds like something you would enjoy and you want to keep following our journey. Thanks so much. Have a blessed day.